Random thought! Man, 1,000 years ago was a pretty shitty year for Celestia. I mean, not only do we have Sombra and the Crystal Empire going down, but then her very own sister is corrupted and has to be sent to the moon. Pretty shitty timing on that. And yes, before anyone brings it up, I am well aware that it's probably just an approximation. But still, the fact that they're using the same ballpark for both of these events means that they had to have occurred rather close to each other, and when you're an immortal being like that, a few years is probably inconsequential in your own personal measurement of time. Specifics aside, however, perhaps it's more than just a coincidence. Or, lazy writing. Let's take a look at the facts concerning King Sombra for a second. It won't take too long, as we know virtually nothing about him. All we do know is that he's apparently a unicorn who somehow acquired supernatural powers by being consumed by darkness. While the true extent of his powers can't be known for certain, what we can be certain of is that he has the ability to become a non-corporeal mass at will, and that his appearance seems to have changed due to the corruption of his dark power. This is shown when he gets closer to the purity of the crystal heart at the end of the episode he's in, and loses his glowing eyes and billowing smoke trail thingies. Now, do these characteristics sound a bit familiar to anyone? Princess Luna was also physically altered by the powers of darkness, changing her appearance to that of Nightmare Moon. While the full extent of her powers were never fully established, one thing that was clear was that she had the ability to become a non-corporeal mass at will. Other similarities included the apparent increase in physical stature, Nightmare Moon being much taller than Luna, and King Sombra being much larger than any known unicorn, and both of them adopting rather elaborate suits of armor. While this could easily just be a coincidence, it's still worth noting. So, where exactly am I going with this? Here's my headcanon. King Sombra was possessed and corrupted by an as-of-yet unexplained dark power. This power was able to take an otherwise normal unicorn and give him godlike abilities, powerful enough to enslave an entire kingdom and threaten the crown of Equestria itself. Unable to stand by, Princess Luna and Celestia combined their powers and banished the unicorn to the Arctic North. However, while Sombra may be gone, the dark power had already found another target, one even more promising, Princess Luna. Sensing the despair in her heart over her subjects' lack of appreciation for her knight, this unknown entity begins to corrupt Luna, eventually spurring her to take the form of Nightmare Moon and challenge her sister for the throne. The power was enough to take a normal unicorn and make him a god, so imagine the power it would grant to someone who was already a god to begin with. Against the strength of the corrupted Luna, Celestia was powerless, and no amount of talk or display of force could dissuade her sister from her destructive path. And so, Celestia turns to the only weapon she has left, the elements of harmony, using their powers against the only other pony to wield them up to this point, banishing her to the moon. However, using them in such a way came at a price. As Celestia herself has stated, once this happened, her and Luna were no longer connected to the elements, and Celestia was left with no way to combat her sister if she were to ever return. Which also kind of plays into my headcanon I mentioned in my Little Critiques video of Nightmare Moon, and why Celestia set up the school for gifted unicorns in the first place. This also kind of explains why King Sombra came back all of a sudden, since Luna was cured of her ailment by the elements of harmony at the end of the Season 1 premiere. The power obviously must have left her, and found King Sombra in the Arctic North, and perhaps freed him? I don't know, it's a better explanation than what the show gave us, at least. Just a thought. What do you guys think of King Sombra and Princess Luna? Think there's any connection? Or am I just looking far too into things? Let me know in the comments below. Or, if you're feeling adventurous, leave a video response.